Let's see here. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m., Wright and Co. Law offices. Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. I mean, I don't need them, but they're not just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us. See, it's not the rim thickness that you need to worry about, it's the lens thickness. I say as someone who has worn Coke bottle thick lenses at multiple points in my life. Technology just got better, so I don't have to anymore. I can wear thinner ones. February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum... Oh, shoot, this was... The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene. Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. It's not it at all. It's just... We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. I would love if Ace Attorney does more of the CSI level stuff, because this is true. Luminol detects blood, even if it's been washed away. Look, luminol. Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh, what? Are they infrared glasses? Or, oh, this is interesting. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find some bloodstains. Okay. Oh. Okay. I can't see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. Another mechanic that is not in the rest of the trilogy. Does it ever come back? I know you mentioned that Emma comes back later. Does she bring more science with her, or do we not really do the science stuff? It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been some more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright? I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Oh no, she's buying luminol with her allowance! Emma... Emma, you are such a nerd. You are so precious, but you are such a nerd. Okay. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me with a lunch? You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Okay. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Ms. Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Now you see why she's innocent. No, she gave us day-old sushi! Or sashimi, I guess, technically. You can't... She's trying to poison you with food. That's not food safety, Potato. Do not eat. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Huh? I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So you were a detective, weren't you, Ms. Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. Hey baby, I can be your angle if you can be my devil. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought I had gotten someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go or fired? I thought that I had found my dream job, but these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go. I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean DL6. How do you know that case? Okay. So, I'm gonna present this to her then. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. No, that's just SL9 too. Maybe you need thicker glasses. And on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day Goodman was killed. As I suspected, the SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Oh. I guess she's not going to? What if I represent this one? What do you think about this? My incident, knife, and note. Really? Okay. Maybe I just present his ID. I had one of those up until 2 years ago, back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But It's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. What? Oh, the photo. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong voice. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. And that's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Ms. Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. There we go. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The three of you! The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. Everyone gets what's coming to them. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made-up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. We got a good look at it all. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Way to just admit your motive, lady! Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Ms. Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Ah. Partner, we're gonna get you that Salisbury steak. Okay. Miss Starr, Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. Steak. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. As far as luncheons go, it does look good. Here, we'll even get you the examine action here. Let's see. Ingredients. Meat. She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically? Yeah, let's hope so. Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additives she used. Go to town. Huh? It says here, hours of sweat and labor? So that's why the sauce is so salty. Are we sampling his lunch? Wow, my mouth is watering. I can almost hear the sound of steak frying on the grill. No doubt, it's all cold and tough by now. Also, it barely fits in this, bento. No, I'm sure it's delicious. This star poured her heart into making this. As long as she didn't put any other organs in there. Okay. That's all the evidence we get from the steak. Okay. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. So they both have axes to grind here. Okay, let's see. If I... Well, it's ours now. He can't have it. Okay. Anywhere else I can spray that might be of use here? I imagine... Whoopsie, I accidentally clicked on the Windows icon. Okay, so... This is very quirky. We're testing everything? Ho-ho! So there is blood, and there was blood on her hands. This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer! But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. And everyone knows, if your hand has blood on it, you did the crime. Oh, I wanted to... It is really annoying to me that I can't... So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hiya! That's okay, don't cry. That Lana Sky must be one strong woman. No, we've established it was empty, Phoenix. Come on now. Okay, I think I got what I can get from her. Can we check the car? It's red. You're a guy, Mr. Wright. Aren't you supposed to know these things? Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. Okay, that's... Some of the cars climbed over this fence? It seems so. It's 9 feet high. I think I'll give it a try. Oh my god, she's gonna try everything? Yeah. It's okay, don't cry. Maybe there's a Lunchland Olympics team? Well, she was a former detective. That does not... Actually... Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. Mysterious lock. I fail to see what's so mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Okay. I'm gonna double check this map here. Okay. Is there anywhere else that we can go here? Because I don't think she's got more to tell us. Actually, let's go talk to Edgeworth. Don't lick the lunch lady. That's not sanitary. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Let's see. His desk. We're just gonna quickly see if there's anything new here. Nothing else looks like it would be relevant if new. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That answers the question. Okay, let's go to the detention center first, actually. Let's talk to Lana, possibly. Looks like Miss Guy is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect? Let's come back later. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. I can go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. We're gonna keep saying this, and then we're gonna say, wait a minute, let's go check out the police department. Ah, why wouldn't it let me go to the police department? Okay, there we go. February 23rd, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. Just like a kid at an amusement park. Except the amusement park is the police department. Ooh, real crime scene. Let's go take a look. We've already seen a real crime scene. What are you talking about? Guard station? Oh, goodness. Do you guys think Detective Marshall likes cowboys? Just an open question. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing, it's hard to think straight. Cactus should not make it hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Okay, we're gonna examine a little bit here. So we got... Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I think Jake Marshall is just a bit old-fashioned. That's one word for it. That's one word for it. I think he's, like... Admittedly, I think he's cosplaying, so... I would think one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Well, you see, they're prickly on the outside, but there's water and life-giving sustenance on the inside. If she says exactly that, chat, I think I'm done. Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude than a physical similarity. Okay, that was the statement. That's fine. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, and a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Also, like, I have to point out the alcohol bottles on top of the security cameras. I'm not gonna say that's, like, not a cowboy thing, but it's really more like college guy apartment than that. Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. Okay. Oh, we can't use the computer. It won't let me. Texas. We looked at that. We looked at that. We looked at that. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say it'd be more of a yarg myself. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'll need someone's permission to go in there first. Well, what we'd actually need is an ID badge with permissions to the evidence room. Something that a former head detective would have. Just putting that out there. Maybe if we go to the entrance? Please! Oh, wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. Give me your loyally lunches. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. What do you mean it's not for sale? I thought your loyally types had a price. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Please. Give me the steak lunch. I need it. I need it to survive. Just think, pal. What could happen if I don't get a steak lunch? Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing at the police department evidence room, right, pal? We're flashing back to the stuff that we said. Give it to Gumshoe, he deserves it. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. I'll try if it gives me the opportunity. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Well, wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later! Huh. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation's off to a running start. Okay, I do think that it would be really interesting... Okay, we can't get in there. It would be really interesting to see a day if Detective Gumshoe was ever accused of a crime. Oops, wrong place. Wrong place. I meant the detention center. Oopsie. February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. No. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, poor Meekins. Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but this is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. No, I'm not, sir. I'm just a little lost patrolman, like a lost little lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Sir, I am on the other side of the glass, sir. Oh, wait. He isn't... Is he... You... Officer Meekins. You didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! Dude, do not use the megaphone. Why did they let you keep that? Why did they let you keep that? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Oh my goodness. Was he also a detective on SL9? Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Okay, I'm going to turn down the sound effects volume until... Oh, we'll keep it on 1. He gets sad when he doesn't have a megaphone. Okay, we'll keep it on 1. He will... It's his emotional support megaphone. I think I need one of those. I never know if I'm being too loud or too quiet. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard? So normally there's a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir, because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall, sir. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor, sir. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah. What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out, sir. Red, white, and black. And then, when I came to, sir, I was here at the detention center. How long were you out? Days? No, that's a lie. Might I ask what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Ms. Sky. Yet another similarity between them, between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Well, tell me about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir! Do not pity me, sir! If you have to label me as a perpetrator or a victim, sir, then label me victim! Yo! I would, but you happen to be in the detention center, and alive and well, and at that. Yes, well, I suppose that's true, sir. You could say that, I suppose, sir. Yes, you could say that, sir. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the totally stranger side. So you didn't know him. Also, please stop with the megaphone. Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts, sir. I don't know any detectives, sir. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand. Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But there was nothing I could do, sir. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, what had happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious, sir. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? And then, when I opened my eyes, sir, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared, sir. What? And then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Okay. I have a feeling, chat. I'm gonna present this knife to him, and he's gonna faint. He's afraid of the sight of blood. Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. This is our last knife, that's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled, sir. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. What about this knife? It's got a knife, sir. Okay. Okay. So, not a knife person. Do you think you could, take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that card. That card was the cause of it all, sir. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Oh, boy. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. And then he pulled out a piece of toast from his trench coat. And then he showed me his ID card, sir. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you I was just as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and left at him! Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? So I'm pretty sure what's happening is he just was, like, holding the evidence and turned around. And poor Detective Meekins. He's so meek. He's so meek. He's just so meek. Do unto others as they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. Well, what happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. Oh, this game is confusing, my head hurts. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape, I'm a criminal! Oh no, he is just absolutely losing it. Guilty until proven innocent, and guilty until someone else convinces you that you're not guilty. Just like Edgeworth. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. Here's my gun, too. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we'd better check out the crime scene. Okay, so now we get to go to... Wait, do I have to go to Criminal Affairs to get there? Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing? Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ha ha, right-o, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant reporting for duty, sir. What about the secret pocket? No, Kiki, we're not checking Meekin's secret pocket. Now what I will say is particularly interesting is he is a real big swim fan. Not even like in the meme sense. Every time he's talking about swimming. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Oh, I feel like I'm at a baseball game. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, worthy, you know. Oh, wait, I can turn the sound effect volume back up a little bit now that we're done with Meekins screaming out, take me out to the courtroom, take me onto the stand. I'll give some testimony and commit perjury. That's basically Ace Attorney in a nutshell. I don't think we've had any witnesses actually tell the truth in one go. Oh, worthy, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. We'll catch a criminal and it'll be so grand. Yeah. Also, I'm sorry for subjecting you all to my off-key singing, but I'm doing what makes me happy, so... well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you've got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto? Sing? Oh no. No, no. If witnesses told the truth, it'd be too easy. Yeah. Admittedly, I feel like there's got to be a huge racket in the defense attorney defending people accused of perjury on the stand in this in the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney world. 3-day trials. Did you lie? Yes. Guilty. Bang. That's got to be the money makers right there. Von Karma. Alleged he was undefeated in his 40-year career. But in the court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? Okay. It's downright hard, I tell you. The detectives getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't just give away all our secrets just like that. But in this particular, well, it's a little sensitive. And I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. There is one witness in the franchise who only ever told the truth. I'm so interested in that because I know I'm just gonna like bomb out in that cross-examination. I guess technically speaking, the parrot didn't lie. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. Except from you. Lawyer types. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that. Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Okay. What if there's any blood here? That'd be pretty embarrassing, right? Boom. Okay. Nope, you're all clean. No blood. Alright, what about the chief of Oh, sorry I had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Oh. Of course. We had to discreetly ask him about it by first talking to... Okay. Nope. I feel like a fool. We see that over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Yeah, but we need a way to, like, get in there. Oh, look! Hey, your guy kept something. Nope, he's got no interest in it. Okay. Then I'm also going to see if I can talk to him. There we go. Yep. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. I don't like his staring. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, could I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. Just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. I actually didn't see what the last word he said is. I just assumed that it was folks. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we need to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Okay, it didn't get added to evidence. It's just a thing that we have now. Okay, easy peasy. Guard station. Dun dun dun. And now, we can enter. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Camp. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? Officer Marshall? Why does it have to be him? I still love his theme. It's so campy Western, but in a good way. Not quite spaghetti level, but very campy. What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw. That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw. Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little dogies. That crime scene's awaiting. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres. You're busy, then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Well, that's okay. We can open him up. We have a secret weapon. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Ms. Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? Filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask munch anything, munch snack. Oh no, he chews with his mouth open. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Alrighty. Tell us what you know. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong, and I keep calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. Okay, so I have to ask the big question that I'm sure is at the forefront of all of our minds. Is he actually going highway speeds on this horse? These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago? It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Ms. Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. But only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. We are not simpatico, if you catch my drift. That's Spanish, right? The easiest ones to understand here are these security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. Nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. I haven't quite figured out how to work that, they say are. I think that's also Spanish. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Ah, okay, so we have... Boy, lucky number 7 here. Okay. Wait, whoever it was that went in at 5:14 after him was in there at 4:50. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. We'll get there. Sorry, but could you explain that whole or what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. But we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call a transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Except when the statute of limitations is 15 years. Then it's closed forever. Dead. But that's only if it's not solved, open, and shut in 3 days. Because then it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay. We'll present our... What was I presenting? Ah, there we go. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. Yeah, the one you didn't pick up, my man? The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Please don't make me pick it out. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. Once more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. Well, first, we're gonna go in the evidence room. February 23rd. Evidence room, Sector 3. So we have a car door with handcuffs on it. I see a ballistics target. I see... It's the metal detector and the fishing rod! Where's Missile? February 23rd, evidence room, Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Eek! Whoa! Oh no! What happened? So sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Oh no, she's slapped Gumshoe? I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, right. Investigate to the room's there, knock it out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of the Police Gant, He'll loan me $50? Who loaned anyone $50, even me? Gumshoe, you're the best. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Scene of the stabbing of the detective at the police department. Evidence floor plans. Okay, let's look at those. That's pretty simple. It's an L-shaped corner. All right, tell me about it. So Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? By what? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. That's right. We're locking it up. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe. Of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. Okay. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now? Inquiry. They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. That is a lot. You shouldn't... If you're given a secured ID card, you should take care of it. You should take very good care of it. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. Those are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, buzz, sap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. I probably shouldn't be telling you this. You have a way of making me talk, right? You and your loyally ways, pal. Okay, so the indicator lamp lights up when it's open, and only the assigned detective can open it. Okay, so that means we need to do a couple things. First, we need to find the blood. Bammo! Oh, I gotta examine this blood first. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was an alien? I love when I can read ahead. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. No, we want your opinion. Okay, bloody handprint on the right hand. Conceivably. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. Yeah, no, if Detective Gumshoe says it, it is the case. Potato. We are ride or die gumshoers. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. Besides, Detective Gumshoe, I wouldn't be able to testify as a character witness. I'd be defending you. I'm counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Yeah, but a cab. Okay, let's see if there's any more blood somewhere. Like on one of these lockers. Maybe here, on a door, on this car door that someone was handcuffed to, or... Wait, no. That car door is under arrest. Okay. And then we can regularly examine. What is Hassan Paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. The SL9est incident there was. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. We're gonna look at it. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You wanna try to put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal! That's no job for amateurs! You think you can put together a 4-piece puzzle? Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Thought it was gonna, like, prank me that there was actually a whole second tray of them. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far in 2 minutes myself. Problem is finishing it. Oh, no. Okay, so Detective Gumshoes did it in 2 minutes. I don't know how long that took me. I'm hoping I at least was close to his time. Ace Detective. There were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stabbable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the court record. Yeah, it's real top-heavy. Ah, I see. If the pottery shard fits, you must convict. What's this? Blood? It's a little warm, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? Okay, well, we did that. Okay, so we put the jar together. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, SL9. It does have a tag on it. Okay. Look, this one's open and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Okay. Evidence. Okay, she's trying to open lockers. Hey, pal, security's high-tech around here. Okay, we don't need to litigate that part specifically. Ah? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. No, that's Gumshoe's personal fishing pole. Ah, that's my personal pole. Yeah! I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gold Lake, remember? The one you pulled out on in the courtroom and used on Von Karma. Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Yeah, you gotta look at the heart of their tools. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Foreshadowing. I'm hoping it's foreshadowing for this case, but I am anticipating that that may not be the case. Okay, so we did that. We solved that. Maybe we need to present it to... or present him with this? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number! It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, so the second number is Edgeworth, which is 8730579, which is 4:40 p.m. on that day, 30 minutes before the time of death. All right. What? ID card record updated. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Does that actually get added? Okay, that's cool. Okay, but what about your number? Okay, nope, he's just gonna react about Edgeworth's. I see, we're doing this in the order where everybody just tells us about other stuff. Okay, let's look at these gloves. From SL911. Okay, she's just saying words are confusing. That one's not that interesting to me. Okay, so we got rubber gloves. I think they said they were rubber. It could be latex. Extremely thin rubber. Okay, so more like nitrile, probably. Okay, there's blood on here. Hey, look. They're hard to make out. There are some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. The straw was evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Okay. Anything else? The base. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? That one seems like that'll be relevant at some point. So the missing piece is the one with the handle. What else can we present to you? What do you know about that? Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. What about luminol? Okay, nope. What do you know about this knife? Oh, Detective Goodman's note on the knife. I bet Edgeworth was most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know. 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Let's see. He knows nothing about that. What do you know about the floor plans? Nope. Okay. Did you have anything about the glove? Nope. Nope. Okay, that's fine. The lockers? Oh, I see. Okay. It only opens with your fingerprints or the detective fingerprints who it belongs to. If you could open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Okay. Let's see. What do you think about the autopsy? Nothing? Okay. The Blue Badger. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the awards ceremony. There were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day! I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. You got any comment? Found Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, of course, surely, really someone else did it. Someone else who must have had a grudge against Edgeworth. Okay, so we did that. We talked about these days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Blue Badger is not shameful. Correct. Okay, I did want to present my badge to you, just for kicks. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show that to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show the police badge. Nuff said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. He also says that every time we show it to him. Okay, I think that is everything. So, go back to the guard station. And you know what? Why don't you tell me what you know of this? Sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence, but the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither wild nor west here. Uh-huh. But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Oh, that's his, I don't want to talk about this line. Okay. We're trusting our gun hand. Oh, will they let us see the footage? 8 cameras in the evidence, 1 for each section. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? But I appreciate the offer, Matt. Why do cattle sit before the rains come? It's not for man to know. Unless you're the security guard responsible. Okay. I think I'm gonna go talk to Edgeworth. That's my guess. Because if I go talk to Edgeworth, I can talk to him about why he was in the... why he was in the... Oh, right, he's not here. You know what? I will take that hint on second thought. What do you know about this? Nope. Okay, she's, talking about tea. Yep. Okay. My other thought is, like, talking to her about evidence, but... Let's see... Let's talk to you. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. I'm really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to do. Maybe he's at our office? Maybe he's at his car. Nope, no Edgeworth. Oh, you thought I needed to go there too? Right? Right? Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy on that one. All right. I'll also just try again. Maybe I needed to talk to Meekins about it first. Usually it's pretty obvious. Unless there's unfinished business. Gumshoe still here? Okay. Gumshoe, maybe you've got more answers for me. My other thought... I thought I looked at everything there. Let's see. I did that. Pretty sure I sprayed... Wait, there's the door. That's the door we just came through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Let's hope he remembers we're in here. That's the photo Ms. Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Ms. Starr is quite the lady. Why, I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if he wore a trench coat in high school, too. Oh, I just needed to talk to him. I'm so sorry. And I did spray luminol on both sides, I think. I'll double check it, though. Now, that was a bloody, violent case. Violent. So it was a murder. A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. It started the rumor mill, pal. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the Goodman in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Okay, now I probably need to go talk to Edgeworth. Oh, I didn't mean to present that to you. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. I just meant to use it. I'm gonna spray it on you, Gumshoe. We gotta see if you're clean. Oh, what? I sprayed so much of this side of the room and didn't catch a hint of that. I'm counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Yeah, but a cab. Okay, let's see if there's any more blood somewhere. Like on one of these lockers. Maybe here, on a door, on this car door that someone was handcuffed to, or... Wait. Well, why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal! What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too! I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna give them my report for the day. No, you're gonna go order a steak lunch. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Oh no, that's gonna end up on the fridge. Gumshoe can't afford a steak lunch? Well, we should have helped. We should give him some money. We should lend him $50. Actually, I don't think it costs $50. That's gotta be like a, what, $15, $10 bento at most? Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal! Later! I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Okay, now I've been given the clear to leave. I don't think Phoenix can afford a steak lunch either. Well, yeah, not if he's not taking trials like a dork. There we go. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Ah, yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Alright, Edgeworth. You know what, before we do that, I'm just gonna present this to you. Oh, right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why? Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, but I can spin it around and look at it in 3D. Whoa. The tag says AI-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows, this might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, just double check there's nothing else on it. Okay. Alright, now we talk. Looks like some kind of tool. Ah, it's a screwdriver. For driving screws. Inquiry Committee. So how did the Inquiry Committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. What if this is the screwdriver of Turnabout Sisters? It's the one that was used to tap the phones! That's what the bellboy was here for. I have no idea. Concealing evidence? Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. You okay with the trial for tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however... Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I've nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Well, you know what that means. It's time to rub his face in it. Behold! I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You're the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Why does he have a spare outfit hanging on the wall? Because you never know, Kiki. You might need to change in a hurry at work. And so you're going to take it off the wall and unframe it. It actually looks like it's a even fancier version of his outfit because it's got the patterned collar and vest. He wears a normal collar and a plain vest. So maybe that's just for when he needs to be High Prosecutor! Or something. I don't know. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Well, I guess we can talk to him about it then. There we go. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time. Von Karma's outfit looked purple. Oh shoot. I think you're right on that one. I don't have Karma handy. I don't keep a picture of him anywhere. Let's see. It absolutely is. Would you look at that? That's pretty cool. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then... He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why a deputy chief of police? Why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have a use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me, are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. I'm not giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well. Yo, we're gonna fingerprint! Yo, this is hype! This is hype! This is awesome! Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yeah, like everywhere. What are you talking about? Somewhere. Okay, underground parking lot. I kind of wish there was a way to sort the evidence. Oh, I can't use it there. Okay. Can I examine the phone? Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Nope. Okay. I guess we just gotta go back to the police department. They don't care about any other handprints but the handprint. Okay. We printing fingers? Fingers printed? February 23rd. Evidence room. Sector 3. Investigation turned to a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint, so let's choose the finger that will leave behind the clearest imprint. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Yes, you can. It's the index finger. It's that one. Okay, now it's time we check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With button. Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? This is such a DS mechanic, because for those of you who did not have a Nintendo DS, or don't remember, the Nintendo DS had a microphone that was often used in games with a, like, blow-on-this mechanic. Nintendogs had it, WarioWare had it. It's not surprised that this had it. With E, exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake, see? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. White powder. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting. Guess I'd better give it a try. Oh no, do I have to just, like, hold? Uh-oh. It, does not work? Okay. I might have broken it. We'll see what it thinks about the thumbprint. But it does not like to, blow away the excess. Like, if I make this whole screen powdered up, what is it gonna do? Oh! Oh, that's how it works. Okay, I see. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Okay, okay. But it doesn't seem a shame. Let's look for other prints. Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are other fingerprints outside of the handprint. Oh. So there is. Okay, so it's huge. I wish they had shown us, like, I don't normally think a fingerprint is going to take up the whole screen, you know? Oh, I didn't get the whole thing. Still no? We'll make sure we get it extra then. There we go. Yay, your print's so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The blood handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means the print probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Okay. So I think you're onto it, Potato. That's definitely it. Yep. Compare. This is so cool, actually. I would play this. Aha. So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me the so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so now so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Every time you hit, or sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Boom. Okay, good. This room got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? The other games don't have this minigame? My understanding is probably not. But we'll see. I mean, I know that, from what I understand, Emma comes back. So maybe, like, in, like, the Apollo Justice era, we might do a little bit of this. I don't know, but I can only hope. Oh, but I do have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away, too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay. Prints other than the bloody hand. Well, there would be one here, would there not? Apollo Justice and maybe Spirit of Justice? Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait, I can just... Oh. There. Right, because there wasn't blood there. I hope that more games have this kind of stuff. This is what I find really interesting in terms of the, like, deductive process. It's not just the logic of who could have done it, but proof. Hard evidence. Okay. There we go. And this one... It's not you. Not quite Meekins, but close. But it is Jake Marshall. Fun fact about fingerprints, though, is they are simultaneously, like, quite unique, but not quite as unique as people want you to believe. Kind of like a polygraph test. People definitely try to amp up the science behind it to make it seem more relevant. Fingerprints are not perfect. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Okay. You saw someone fingerprints, he said cut it out. Ah, yes. The Animaniacs. That was Dot. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Time to stop looking for the day because we found one thing. To be continued.